Good morning, good evening, good night, and welcome to the party, all. You all are beginning to see how in certain parts of the world the COVID numbers are beginning to rise again. It is the natural consequence, the natural outflow, the natural reality of a pandemic. The COVID issues will never fully go away. It is something that you will need to deal with for life. And similar to the flu, it will have its own mutations and variations, and it is not something that you will be able to keep in a box for very long. So any expectation to do so is flawed and will be foiled from the outset. But nonetheless, here is where you all find yourselves today. There is much pressure that needs to be released from the collective in order for you all to hear what we need for you all to hear. It is a difficult journey, we know that. And many of you are angry at those who are unvaccinated and blame them. But we need you to understand the bigger and more important issue for you all to focus on is not the vaccinated versus the unvaccinated, the masked versus the unmasked. It is the heartless and coldless people versus those who have opened their heart chakra. That is what we all are calling you for and towards. You will not have even a minute resolution to this COVID issue until you realize that you are all one. And forcing others to do something against their free will is not a loving thing. But you refusing to do something out of an obstinate refusal versus a legitimate concern or realization that it is not as simple as you think either is also important. If you are rigid on either side of the divide, regardless which side it is, you are still stuck in the old paradigm of resistance versus being love, coming together in the middle and coming up with a compromise, a realistic solution for how to move forward. And that is the outer eggshell of what is really going on within humanity, and that is that you still oftentimes are a lack of love. And where there is no love, there is resistance, there is frustration, there is oftentimes hatred. And these energies, if you do not release them individually and collectively through a simple acknowledgement and appreciation that you may have been wrong, that you may have harmed others with your energetic output, and that you are being called to become a better person. If you all collectively cannot release all of that resistance, then the resistance will release itself. So if you see yourselves as the opening for multiple, several thousands, millions, billions, trillions of balloons that all are the release valves of the energy being held down within the collective. If each of you were just to open that release valve and allow that excess pent up energy to emerge from underneath the hidden veil, if you all can't do that, then that energy will need to be released through a geyser-like eruption. So it could be volcanic or any other natural disaster whereby energy is created to move through the countryside, the beachside, the mountainside, wherever, and to release those energies one way or another. They must and will be released, and if the collective themselves will not do it, then nature will find its own natural resulting solution. If you have a pent-up dam, the dam will simply break and cause flooding downstream. Now, this is a topic that we channeled on before. For those of you who are interested, feel free to refresh your memory on what that meant, or another has no idea other than she knows that she has channeled for us on this. But the reality is that you all are learning. You're going to learn voluntarily or involuntarily. And we do not wish to say, oh, we're punishing you all. No, we are not doing anything other than expressing to you all what it is that you're creating, and we're holding a mirror up to let you know where you are currently stuck, where you currently have resistance, and what the future probabilistic outcomes look like given your current behaviors, your current thoughts, your current desires, your current emotional intricacies. It's so difficult to try to explain energy in words when words never fully satisfy our meanings. But this is all that we wish to say to you all, and we have said this before. If you simply say, I release all resistance, and allow your body to go into a state of relaxation, we can move much through you without the need to release it through natural disasters. That's just the way the universe works. These energies will be released. And if you all can voluntarily allow it by doing your deep breathing and opening your own energy fields to these shifts and changes, it just means that your collective as well as individual experiences will be gentler and kinder. We're trying to advise what it looks like when natural catastrophes are on the horizon, and they are coming one way or the other. But your state of resistance versus acceptance will make a difference because you can allow the energies to flow more naturally. But secondly, and probably more importantly, you yourself will experience these natural disasters, as well as others, in a different state of mind. Staying out of fear is the key and the most important message that we have for you all right now. And it is good and best to practice it when your challenges are small and more measurable, where you can feel how deep breathing helps you to relax in a particular moment of stressful anxiety. We're telling you what is going to occur is going to be big, and you won't be able to know whether or not your deep breathing is of any importance or effect, because the tidal wave that will be coming over you will be so great. So we want you to practice beforehand so you do know that it matters. I release all resistance, and just sitting in that calming vibration as you allow the sensations of love, relaxation, and trust to flow over your body. We wish for all of you to have the best experience as you get dragged through, for most of you, the last part of the eye of the needle, and to allow you to shed the remainder of what no longer serves you, so that you can begin to fly and soar on the other side because you have released all of those burdens or sandbags that kept you weighted down. It is your journey and your journey alone, and we just wish for others to join you and for you to join others in a harmonious path or journey moving forward into the collective experience you all are creating for yourselves. And our desire is something that is not fear-based, but based solely and conditionally in love, in unconditional love. You will begin to understand in the coming weeks and months what we mean, because just like when you go into a pool, we're not going to push you into the depths. We will allow you to wade in first with your ankles, then with your calves, then with your knees, then with your thighs, and so forth and so on. The experiences will start off more manageable to prepare you for this so that you will feel like you still have your floating device on. But then at some point, you will need to really show up for yourselves and only yourselves. Build this resiliency through practice, through deep breathing, through trusting, and through knowing that all is well, all is well, all is well, even when it does not appear to be so. And so it is. Namaste.